ourselves at the stadium that played host to Super Bowl 52, the wondrous U.S. Bank Stadium in Minneapolis. Today, Week 17 is upon us, and we've got a good one in store here, as it'll be the Tampa Bay Buccaneers taking on the Minnesota Vikings.
Will Reichard to kick off for the Vikings.
The kicker, Will Reichard, has the ball on the tee. And we are underway from downtown Minneapolis. This to the back of the landing zone. He'll return it from the 1. And makes it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. Here's the first carry for Sean Tucker. And he stopped immediately there. It'll go as a loss of a yard on the game's first play. Second down.
This defense is a difficult one to prepare for, one of the best in the league. They'll come at you from all angles, and they did a nice job there stopping him for a loss.
A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11.
Good. 180. Hey,
Now Baker going to change it up.
Watch the shift. Watch the shift. Pistol. Watch what?
Here's Mayfield. It's caught. Mitchell. So the completion good for 6 yards. And it brings up 3rd and 5 now.
And I think this is a route we'll see more of as this game goes on, because with his speed, they want to get him the ball in space on drag routes just like this. They want him to get the ball and run after the catch. Good job there, though, holding him for a short gain.
Third play here, this opening drive, as they're up against a 3rd and 5.
Good. Run.
Now they'll change things up.
Real. What's that?
They run. It's Tucker. And he's going to lose yards. They take him down at the 26. And a loss of 3 to bring up 4.
But that's not an easy play for a defensive end, because most of his responsibility has him getting upfield and working, but how about his vision to see where the play was going, crashed down inside, and tackled him for a loss.
Dixon, the punter, is on as he sends it away. Here's Allen. A very good kick there, but 15 yards on the return. And it will be Vikings ball, 1st and 10. Looking to put a drive together.
Come on. Ready?
Will run. This is Jordan Mason. And some solid footwork there as he'll take this down to about the 38. First down yardage on the first play of the drive. Give him 14.
How best to describe that one? I'd say right down Broadway on that run.
A straight ahead running. I think that might be something we see a lot of between the tackles today.
Well, he's enjoying things so far here this afternoon. Sees a crease and bursts through it for a solid gain.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38.
Ready? Check out.
On the ground again, it's Mason. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Minnesota. Jordan Mason, his 11th rushing touchdown on the year. And the Vikings will jump on top with the game's first score here this afternoon. And that touchdown's going to put him in double digits now for the year. It's his 10th rushing touchdown of the campaign. Point after, right down the middle. And it's now a 7-0 game.
7, Buccaneers, nothing. Will Reichard to kick off for the Vikings.
Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. Here we go on the return from the 1-yard line. Oh, a good-looking return set up here. And a good effort on the return there. Gets him across the 30, up to the 33. The Tampa offense ready to get their drive started. So, Charles, the season winding down, the playoffs obviously not in their futures. They look ahead to the offseason. What spots do they maybe need to fill?
Well, I think that they like the guy who's calling the plays and throwing the ball. I think that he's a pretty good player. Needs some help, I think, on the perimeter, though. Help him out with receivers, because I think if he gets an upgrade there, his play gets that much better, too.
And that one drops down, incomplete. Good coverage there, forced the ball free, and it's second down. You look at this defense for the Vikings. This unit coming into this one ranked number 20 against the pass in the NFL.
Defending the pass has not been one of their strong suits throughout the season, but if they have any hopes of making waves in January, they've got to improve in this area.
Here's 2nd and 10. Mayfield going to switch things up here.
Hey, alert 33. Done.
Here's Tucker. And this defense able to plug him up there as he'll get a yard to the 35.
Well, that's a good start to this drive on the defensive side of the ball.
Forcing completion on first down. Then you're able to shut down the running play on second.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised now. A little bit of pressure going at the quarterback in an expected passing situation.
They'll see about converting this 3rd and 8.
180. Up, left. Done.
Mayfield to throw it. And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
2 drives won't tell the story of this game, but you absolutely have to like how this defense has played thus far. They have yet to allow this offense to get untracked in this one.
The punt team and Vernon out there as he gets this one away. Returnable now for Allen. So a good punt there, but a nice return of 11 yards. And the Vikings will take over here, 1st and 10. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. They've got the 7-0 lead. Now they've got the football back after their defense got the stop, CD. And you get the feeling if they could score here, they really have all the momentum on their side.
And you just wonder right now, is the quarterback and the play caller totally in sync? Are they of one mind that, hey, what worked last time? Let's keep doing it until they stop us. Or do they go to a different section in the playbook, show them something different? Either way, they want a repeat of their first drive.
Now a 2nd and 10.
Here we go, set.
Now McCarthy. Oh, his first throw of the game going to be intercepted. And the Buccaneers are going to take over a couple of yards shy of midfield. So the interception there, and Charles, I'd imagine that's something you can maybe live with in December, but not come January.
And I love how you make the distinction there. You're talking about regular season versus the postseason, the playoffs. Because these guys, they've already clinched a playoff spot, but they know, looking ahead, when they get into the postseason, they've got to take better care of the football because turnovers in that situation, they really become magnified.
What? What's up?
They'll start this drive out on the ground. And he's got it across the midfield stripe and into Viking territory. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3.
That run right there was an offensive line coach's dream, wasn't it? Guys picked up all of their assignments, created a nice gap for the running back to get through, pick up 7 yards. Yeah, he's probably chortling on the headset right now saying, we got it going, boys. Let's keep it going.
2nd down and 3.
Good. 180. What's up?
To throw, Mayfield. That's complete to Mitchell. 2nd catch for him today, and it'll wind up a 1st down.
I think that's a big pickup for a 1st down because when you run a drag route against zone, you're sometimes asking for trouble because you might run into a defender.
Yeah, well, there they ran into a 1st down. Executed it to perfection. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10.
Good. 180. What's up?
And they'll run with Tucker. And down right around the 32-yard line, 4 yards on the pickup.
That's a really nice job by them picking up the run blitz and detecting it and blocking it and turning it into a nice run. And a lot of times you think if you blitz a running play, you're going to smother it. But a lot of the blitzers, they come in a little bit high. They don't have great leverage, and they're easily blocked and turned to the side.
Second and 5.
Real. 180.
In motion goes the tight end.
What's up?
A first carry for Rashad White. And only able to get 2 here. Stopped at the 30. Hey, look at this defense for the Vikings. Currently number 1 in the NFL against the run.
Most of their challenges have come in the passing game because against the run, they've been pretty darn good. Now you got to figure out a way to slow down those receivers before they get downfield and maybe make a few more plays on the ball when it's in the air.
They'll come up now, 3rd and 3.
Set. Pistol.
Tighten up.
Up, What's up?
Now Mayfield. They'll try and set up the screen. It's complete. And he went nowhere. Well, he went backwards. Back to the 33. It'll be a loss of 2, maybe 3 on the play. And it'll be 4th down.
Run. Shit. 180. What's up?
Mayfield down. And it's going to be batted down. It will go the other way with the football. The Bucs trying on 4th down to come up empty. And it'll be a turnover on downs. The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. They've got a 7-0 lead in the football as well as they start out 1st and 10. And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. 2nd down. Well, this defense for the Buccaneers, they played extremely well last week in the win over Atlanta.
It was a little bit enlightening talking with the defensive coordinator about their performance last week, because the feeling was that it was a good, solid performance. They did what they needed to do to get the job done and get the win, but definitely a few lapses that they're looking to correct.
Right back to Mason. And he's going to be brought down on what will be the final play of this first quarter. After one, 7-0 on EA Sports. Second quarter now from Minnesota. It's the Vikings in possession of the football, as they've got it with a 1st and 10.
On the jump. Let me watch 18 Cardinal.
Here's McCarthy. Complete. Jefferson the target. That'll go for a gain of 7, and that'll make it 2nd down. The Vikings at 11-4 now on the year. They were losers last time out, trying to turn things around here in this one.
And it always helps to have a home crowd behind you, giving you encouragement as long as you give them something good to cheer about. So you know they just want to come out and play well for their faithful, and I expect them to do just that.
From the 41, here's 2nd and 3.
18. Go!
Throwing is McCarthy. We're looking for Jefferson, but this is intercepted. And the Bucs are going to take possession as they've got it at the 42-yard line.
At their own 42-yard line.
The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. They'll start in excellent field position following the INT. They'll start the drive here with an end around. There he goes, left side. Touchdown, Tampa Bay. Adonai Mitchell, his 6th touchdown of the season. And the Bucs are able to strike quickly here as they are in for 6. Well, we're used to seeing big plays from him in the passing game. That'll obviously go as a rushing touchdown, and what a rushing touchdown it was.
And you got to think to yourself that this coaching staff has looked at his playmaking ability and said to themselves, why are we just going to throw it to him? Let's double his touches and make him a big part of the run game. That big playability, it was at the forefront on that one.
Chase McLaughlin to kick off for the Buccaneers.
So all even at 7 now as they kick it away.
The Vikings take over 1st and 10 at their own 35-yard line.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. They had the interception last drive, led to the tying touchdown, so 7-7 the score as they begin 1st and 10. And now off to the races, down the right side. And he will score. Touchdown, Vikings. Jordan Mason, his 2nd touchdown of the game, giving him 12 on the season. And the Vikings have taken the lead. Extra point splits the uprights, and that makes the score 14-7.
14. Buccaneers 7. Will Reichard to kick off for the Vikings.
The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And he will make it to the 20-yard line and no further.
At their own 20-yard line.
The Tampa offense ready to get their drive started.
Well, partner, coaches always say that every play is designed to score a touchdown. Sometimes that's not really true, but last drive, that was the case. One play to get into the end zone, and now they'll try to duplicate that success here.
And it's rare for those moments to happen. Incredible when they do. And you saw the celebration. Pure, unbridled joy after that one.
It's a gain of 9.
Give him 9 on the carry that time, and they're set up with a 2nd and 1.
Regular. 20. What's that?
On the ground, it's Tucker. And he'll be brought down right at the 30 here. Able to get the 1 yard he needed, but nothing more.
I know what you're thinking out there. I know a lot of you are thinking, take a shot downfield. It's a great spot for it. I'd say maybe later in the game, definitely in the second half. But right now, I think they were just trying to get some momentum built. Get a first down, pick it up, and keep moving.
So 1st and 10 now from the 30.
Good. 180. Run.
Check it out.
Watch the bullet.
Now flags, and we're going to get a delay of game.
Penalty accepted, and that pushes him back 5.
The delay of game backs him up 5, 1st and 15.
Good. What's that?
Mayfield looks to throw. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
Partner, what we're seeing so far is the defense is certainly coordinated. Both levels doing their jobs in tandem. The back helping the front helping the back. The pressure got home on that last play and forced him to try and throw through contact and short of the sticks.
So they'll come up after the incompletion for 2nd down.
180. Alert. What's that?
Mayfield. Looking for his tight end on the corner. It's complete. 18 yards on his first catch of the game. It's a 1st down.
And that was good protection there. No, that was great protection there because it allowed him to lock in on his receiver. Although I think he was looking for his tight end on the corner route all the way. Nice connection there for a really nice gain.
A pair of 1st downs gives him a 1st and 10 up at the 44.
Good. 180. Point it right.
Baker changing the play at the line.
Kings.
And now they'll shift things around.
Now the Bucs going to use the first of their timeouts. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this 2nd quarter.
Good 6. 180. Alert. Hey, alert 33. What's that?
Throwing. Mayfield. Oh, it's a screen pass. That's complete. They'll get 4 there out of the screen, and it's second down.
Good reactions there defensively. That screen was a little slow in developing, and they shut that one down with little gain.
48-yard line.
From the 48-yard line, here's 2nd and 6.
180! Hey, alert! What's that?
On the draw, here's White. And he'll take it down shy of the 45 at the 46. 6 yards to pick up, and that's a first down.
Yeah, once more, strong running, excellent blocking at the point of attack. They got a nice little drive brewing right here.
From Viking territory now, they'll come up 1st and 10 at the 46.
180! That!
He'll look to throw.
A quick throw there going to be batted away and incomplete.
This could be the start of a nice stand from this defense now after getting walked backwards on this drive. Come through with another one here, and you have them staring at a 3rd and long, and that puts the defense in a position to dictate to the offense.
Second and 10.
Check 20!
They'll set up to throw. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. And this is going to turn into another first down as the tackle is made at the Vikings 28. Give them 18 on the play.
And what a nice example there of a tight end doing exactly what he needs to do. How about how he worked his way to the outside, made sure he secured the catch, and then anything after that, we count that as a bonus. And indeed, he gets enough for the first down.
Set! What? What's that?
First down, here's White. And they are able to stop him, but he does take it all the way to the 2. A big hitter there. A first down gain of 26 yards. He was trying to dance in around the sideline, but fell just a couple of yards short. Still, he's got him in great position.
He certainly does. They did a nice job keeping him from getting into the end zone, but they are definitely back on their heels after that run.
Two big plays in succession. Not sure this D knows what hit him, but now they got to get ready. It's 1st and goal.
180! What's that?
Oh, how about this call down near the goal line?
And a great job there to read that one defensively. They strung him out, would not allow him to cut upfield.
2nd and goal.
That's going to wind up a loss of a full 3 yards on first down. We've hit the 2-minute mark of the second quarter, 14-7. The line of scrimmage, once again, the 5 as they get ready for 2nd and goal.
Run, run, run. Set. 180! Go, go, go! What's that?
They're going to look to throw. Now he's going to step up and run. And he'll be brought down right on the edge of the goal line at about the 1-yard line. He'll wind up getting 4 there on his own, but it will leave him now with a 3rd down situation. The Vikings going to signal for the first of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. They've been denied touchdowns in the red zone twice already. Here comes 3rd and goal.
180. Real. What's that?
Back to throw. He'll try to pick it up himself. A hit as he throws there, incomplete.
So it's been a long drive. They've held the ball for quite a while. Now what do you do here?
Well, to me, at this stage after this drive, this close to the goal line, 3 points would be a letdown. I'm going for it here.
The offense is staying out there. Here we go on 4th and goal from the 1.
180. What's that?
He'll drop to throw. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. They throw for it on 4th and goal at the 1. And the Vikings, they come up big down near the goal line.
Okay, break.
The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. It really doesn't get much easier than the last drive. One play, and they took it all the way to the house on the touchdown run.
And you know how many times we talk about that's exactly how they drew it up? Because essentially every play that's drawn up in an offensive playbook, if everyone does their job perfectly, should go for a touchdown, right? That's one that actually did. Give a little credit to those big fellas up front, too. They sprang their man for not only a big gain, but 6 points.
And he is out of bounds up around the 14-yard line. 13 yards. That'll go for a gain of 13, helping big time to get away from that end zone. First down.
So many times in my career I've heard coaches talk about completions are one thing, but as long as we're there at the catch and we get guys on the ground, we can live with that. But if you're going to give up 10, 12, 15 yards after the catch, then your defense is going to be in a lot of trouble.
Shut up. Cowboy 80. Check go.
To the air with McCarthy. A dump off from Mason.
That's a good job there by the corner. We do talk about this a lot, that a lot of corners see their job as simply covering receivers. Tackling isn't everyone's thing. But in this case, he came up quickly and made a nice, sure tackle.
So from the 17, here's 2nd and 7. McCarthy operating from the gun. Open man, that's Felton. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets this football out shy of the 30 to the 29. He's got his first catch here before halftime, and it goes for a first down.
1st and 10 at the 29-yard line.
Here we go. Here we go.
McCarthy, he'll set to throw it. And an incomplete pass. That'll stop the clock here with just under a minute to play in half number 1.
And not a common sight, at least on this drive. A momentary setback, though, for this passing game that has been moving well this series. Good thing for them, though. Still 2 more downs to connect and try and pick up another first down.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10.
Let's go now.
Looking to throw McCarthy. That's caught by the big tight end, T.J. Hockenson. And he goes out of bounds just shy of the 45. He's got his first catch here before halftime, and it goes for a first down.
1st and 10 at the 44-yard line.
On the set. Panther 11. Panther 11. Ready. Hut.
Sticking with a pass, here's McCarthy. And he's got this to Jefferson. He'll be out of bounds just shy of the 40. 15 yards last play and 15 yards here this go-around. And defensively, they were in zone coverage there. Do you have to be a little careful? You're losing playing against a good quarterback like he is to not play too much zone?
Yeah, you have to be careful about how much time you're giving up. I think it's a good point you just brought up. So maybe if you still want to play zone, you go to a zone blitz scheme. And you can drop anyone out of your defensive front. Defensive end, defensive tackle. It doesn't matter. You just exchange someone to bring more pressure towards the quarterback and still try and cover downfield.
And he gets it down a yard or two shy of the 30 before he's out of bounds. And that's good for a pickup of 10 yards. And they'll be left with a second and about a foot.
It's second and inches at the 32-yard line.
To the air again, McCarthy. This one swung out here to Jones. And he'll go out of bounds inside the 15-yard line.
It's a gain of 18.
Another good completion on the drive as the Vikings have a first down.
What a drive this has been, just chewing up the yardage. And here's one of their best plays yet as they finally get down into the red zone and look to finish this off with 6.
Here's a 1st and 10 at the 14-yard line.
Sack! 19.
Again, he'll drop to throw. And it's caught. Touchdown, Vikings. Justin Jefferson from 13 yards out. And the Vikings go nearly the length of the field and finish it off with 6 points. Point after here coming up.
For the extra point.
It's good, and it is now 21-7.
Makes the score Vikings 21, Buccaneers 7. Will Reichard to kick off for the Vikings.
Minnesota's kick team ready, and the Vikings boom it away. And out a little across the 25 to the 27.
At their own 27-yard line.
The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
And that'll be off the mark, too far out in front, and it's incomplete.
I think you put just a little bit too much heat on that one. When you throw it to the outside, you do have to be careful because you got to keep it away from the defender, but you also have to give your own guy a chance too.
180! What's up?
Here's Mayfield. This is White on the screen. Past the 35. And he's going to be taken down here with a penalty flag on the field. Well, an unfortunate time for the penalty there. That cancels out a positive play from this offense.
Well, not to sound too trite or too accepting, but you and I both know it happens. You got to accept it and move on. Yardage, you got to get back. Focus on the next play. Move on.
They'll come up now on a 2nd and long after the hold.
180! Regular.
Now Baker going to change it up. Mayfield to throw it. It's caught. Mitchell. The Bucs forced to use their 3rd and final timeout as they'll stop it with 14 seconds to go in this first half.
3rd down.
A tough spot here. 3rd and 15. Now they'll change things around before the snap. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Looking right side, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Byron Murphy. And a potential turning point as he'll get the football in very good field position late in this first half.
And that's what we've seen from this defense all year long, because they've been so good at finding ways to take the football away. And they just gave us another example right here. A strong defense, that's something you're going to need to rely on come playoff time. And this crew's got one. There's no doubt about that, Brandon.
6, 10 up.
Now McCarthy.
Made over the middle, and it's complete. Now whistles and a timeout with 3 seconds left in the first half. So 3 seconds here remain in the half. On is the field goal unit to see about getting 3 points. On the right hash, it's a 43-yard attempt. And that is no good. And this will remain a 2-touchdown game. So 2 quarters down, 2 remain. Charles and I return after the break.
Chase McLaughlin to kick off for the Buccaneers.
The Vikings have to like their position. They've got the lead. They get this football as well as we are back and underway for the second half. Oh, a dangerous return man showing it here. Still going past the 30. And he'll bring it back all the way. Touchdown, Minnesota. And you've used the phrase with me before, pressing the kicking game. What exactly does that mean? Because they did it there.
It means focusing on it, all aspects of it, because it's the third part of the game. Offense, defense, special teams. If you press the kicking game, create an advantage, make a big play, it often leads to victory.
Will Reichard to kick off for the Vikings.
So now the other return teams out there as they'll try to duplicate what they just saw. Taken at the goal line. And he won't get this to the 20-yard line as he's down at the 19.
At their own 19-yard line.
The Tampa offense ready to get their drive started. They'll start on the ground here on first down. And there just continues to be nowhere to run. He's bottled up again at the line of scrimmage.
No gain on the play.
He continues to struggle to find a crease to break off a big one and might need to just put that aside and just try and ram his way forward and get what he can.
Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again, 2nd and 10. Now Mayfield. Looking for the out route. He's got his man. It's Mitchell. And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line.
13 yards on the play.
First down, Tampa Bay there, a gain of 13.
A gain of 13 yards. First down, Tampa Bay.
Set. 180. Alert, 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 alert. Go. Shit. What's up?
Now a give, right side. It's Tucker. And he's corralled at the 40, but not before picking up 8.
Running lanes were at a premium in the first half, but he's able to find some room there, and he's hoping that that's a precursor of a big second half.
Ball on the 40 now. Here's 2nd down and 1.
180. What's up?
They'll go up the middle with White. And running room scarce here. He's going to be stopped in his tracks at the line of scrimmage. Pretty good job defensively. Thought he was going to get it, but they knew where that marker was, and they
stopped him just short of it.
What it does is emphasize that strategic football and situational football is not just played on the offensive side, is it? Defense understanding, as you noted, where the first down marker was and making sure they didn't get there.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on third down. Mayfield going to switch things up here.
Pistol.
On third and short, they'll try and pick it up through the air. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
And there's another stop. One of the league's best defenses is certainly bringing it again this week.
And in their own territory, needing only a few inches, they're going to line up to go for this thing on fourth down.
180. Point it right. Fresno.
They're indeed going. It's Mayfield. Pass taken in by his big tight end. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. They've been burned twice already on fourth down, but the third time's the charm as they keep the drive moving.
Buccaneers.
So this drive going to continue following the conversion on fourth. Here's first and 10.
Set. 20. What's that?
Mayfield looks to throw. Oh, this one incomplete. The pressure got to him as he released it. And it's second down.
At this point in the game and the situation they're in, partner, these incompletions that we're seeing, they need to turn into positive snaps, and soon.
An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a second and 10.
What's that?
To throw, Mayfield. Pressure coming from the Vikings, and they get there and bring him down. Jonathan Allen in there to get him, and on the season now, that is 9 sacks for him.
Third and long.
Ninth play of the drive now on third and a country mile.
Set. 180. Set.
Mayfield. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
Looks like another empty possession offensively. And you're at that point in the game where you can't afford too many more of these. So this is going to require some heavy thinking on the sideline to figure out what they can do to crack this defense.
This is taken at about the 14. 36 yards on the punt with no return. And the Vikings will be backed up deep to begin their drive as they take over first and 10. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. They're just looking to do more of the same. They were good in the first half. They've extended their lead so far here in the second half. They're just looking good. He's hitting on all cylinders right now.
And sometimes that means a head coach who really has a finger on the pulse of the team may not have anything to say at all. May tell the rest of the coaches, just back it off a little bit. This team has it under control. I remember hearing about Bob Knight years ago in basketball, getting ready to give the final speech before the gold medal game in '84. And on the board, Michael Jordan had written, "Coach, after what we've been through, no way we're losing tonight." He didn't even give a pregame speech.
Wow, interesting. Well, right now, no speech is needed. 157 yards for him on the ground now as he has been terrific here this afternoon. So from the 37, here's a 2nd and 4.
Set. Cougar 19. Ready.
They'll run again with Mason. They're going to snuff this play out behind the line. We have not seen that much today. It'll be a loss of a full 3 yards there, and it also brings up 3rd down.
Well, that was one of the few times they've been able to contain him thus far. He's over 100 yards for the game, but he lost a bit off his total on that carry.
So 7 yards from the 1st down here as they come up to the line of scrimmage.
18 Cardinals. 18 Cardinals.
3rd down, here's Mason. And he'll only get this to about the 35. Well short of the line to gain. Just a gain of 2 there, and it's going to bring up a 4th down.
And the big fella stuffed that one up in a big way. I think doubling him has to be a priority because you can't move up to the next level if you don't take care of him first.
And just a single punt for him in the loss last week as he sends this one away. This is taken at the 15. It's a net of 40 there. Punt of 48 and a return of 8. And the Bucs will get ready to go on offense. The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. And really, Charles, not much of a surprise that they're losing. They just haven't been able to get much of anything going in the pass game. And as you well know, in today's NFL, if the passing game isn't working, usually not much else is working either.
You're exactly right about that, partner. And I know that right now the easy answer would be, hey, let's run the football. But that might not be everything you need. So despite the fact that they've struggled throwing it, they've got to find some type of a play, multiple plays, that puts the ball in the air and allows for them to have some success.
From the 24 now, here's a 2nd down and 9. Mayfield down. And on the left sideline, he caught it, but out of bounds, according to the head linesman. Incomplete, so the ball a little late getting there, and it's 3rd down. So another incompletion there. He's hitting on fewer than half his pass attempts in this one, and that is not a winning formula.
Yeah, so let's make sure we give a little bit of credit to the defense here. They've given him a lot to think about, a lot of different looks, and he seems a little bit confused trying to complete passes.
180. Kings.
Mayfield from the gun on 3rd down. And they'll find the open man. That's complete. And they nearly get this all the way to midfield. Mark him down at the 49. A really nice gain of 25 yards.
Well, we talk all the time about playing situational football, and right now I think the scoreboard is dictating what they need to do. Where they are in this game, they've got to push the ball downfield, take their shots, try and get big chunks of yardage in a short amount of time. That was a nice play there.
180.
They'll throw again. Here's Mayfield. This is caught by McMillan. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8. 2nd and 2.
It's a gain of 8. Brings up 2nd and 2 at the Vikings' 43-yard line.
Two yards to go, 2nd down. Now a handoff up the middle. Tucker. And he'll get it inside the 40 to the 39. 4 yards the pickup, 1st down.
And a 1st down. 1st and 10 at the 39-yard line.
Before they can snap it, time runs out on this 3rd quarter of play. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10.
Set. 20.
Throwing. Mayfield. That's caught by Tucker. Busting through contact. Just wasn't a huge hole there for him to operate. Stopped just inside the 35-yard line. You got the big lead defensively. Willing to give them that underneath stuff, right?
And this is why you work on your tackling. Tackle them after the catch, inbounds, keep the clock running. Just go ahead and bleed the game out that way.
From the 33, here's 2nd and 4. They'll look to throw. He's got his tight end on the corner route. It's complete. The Bucs passing game looking good on this drive. It's a first down. Well, those are the types of plays they probably wish they had made more of in the first 3 quarters. And this deficit going to be tough to overcome here in the 4th. But a nice first down and a pickup on that throw.
Yeah, and this is where as coaches, you're looking for effort and execution. Even though the scoreboard is going against you, you want to find out who's going to fight, who's going to scrap, who's going to keep their heads up and continue to play.
They go with White on the counter. And he'll get it here to the 10-yard line. 41 yards rushing for him now to this point.
Not too many offenses want to turn down long drives, but when you're down what they are, they've got to pay it off with some points.
4 yards remain on 2nd down. Ball on the 10.
180! What's that?
From the gun, Mayfield. And a quick throw here, that's complete. And the Bucs are going to have a 1st and goal as the tackle is made at about the 5.
When an offense reads blitz, doesn't matter where it's coming from, tight ends know that they become a big part of the passing game because they should be an easy outlet when all those extra bodies are trying to get to the quarterback. A hot route, so to speak.
Mayfield off the play fake. In trouble, and he'll go down back at the 12. A big loss there of about 7 yards on 1st and goal, so now it's 2nd down. Running out of the gun with White. And nothing doing here as this time the run maybe gets him back to the line of scrimmage, but that's it. That backs him up 1 yard and brings up 3rd down. If you're going to run against this unit, especially down here, just beware. I mean, they're the top rushing defense in the league.
Yeah, and then they go ahead and they double down with the whole thing because you think, okay, let's throw the ball. Oh, yeah, that's right. They defend the pass pretty well, too. Very difficult task right now.
Looking end zone, but it's incomplete.
They lead big, and a major part of that has been how they've taken their play to a whole new level this second half. No points allowed since the break, and you can add another incompletion to the total number that they forced in this runaway contest.
The field goal doesn't help. They're going to go for the 6 here on 4th and goal. Desperation time. Mayfield on 4th down. And he's brought down. Can't do anything with a football. It's a sack and a turnover on downs. He couldn't get the ball away on 4th and goal. And this long drive is going to wind up yielding nothing. The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. Been a very strong performance for them really on both sides of the football. The turnover on downs the most recent example, and now, obviously, they're in a great spot here.
If you're over on the bench right now, you're shaking hands with your teammate, you're hugging him, give him a little dap. Been a big, big performance for them. Now you just don't get careless. Take care of the ball on the way out.
From the 22 now, here's 2nd down and 7.
Let's go now.
And they'll go again with Mason. And for one of the few times here today, this run's not going to go anywhere. The Bucs going to go ahead and use the second of their timeouts. That's going to leave them with just one remaining here in this fourth quarter.
Ready.
Now 3rd down and 7. To the air with McCarthy. Out route to Jefferson, and he's got it.
And he's just going to be short here, barely. Maybe by a half a foot. It'll be 4th and inches. The Bucs forced to use their 3rd and final timeout. So that will leave them with no timeouts left. Still plenty of time on the clock. We'll see how that affects things here in this fourth quarter. On 4th down, the punt team is on as this is sent away. Fair catch signaled for and taken just shy of the 30-yard line. It'll be a 39-yard punt, no return. And out will come the offense as they take over. The Tampa offense ready to get their drive started. Even though they were able to force the punt defensively, still a big hole to climb out of, especially at this late stage of the contest. Well, he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. Inside the 20. Touchdown, Tampa Bay.
Rashad White,
71 yards.
and the Bucs have got it back to a 2-score game here in the 4th. For quarterbacks, there are a number of ways to measure a good statistical season. This is one of them. That last touchdown pass, his 30th on the year. McLaughlin now to add the PAT.
It's up and good, and it's now 28-14.
The score, Vikings 28, Buccaneers 14. Chase McLaughlin to kick off for the Buccaneers.
Following the touchdown, here's McLaughlin to kick off.
The Vikings take over 1st and 10 at their own 35-yard line.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. Well, there are 2 scores on the plus side. Still time here in this fourth quarter, but maybe you start thinking about playing keep away?
Yeah, I think here's the situation. You're not thinking touchdowns anymore. You're just thinking first downs. To keep up with your theme there, playing keep away, first downs, they can't touch the ball. All defenses worry that whenever anyone catches the ball and has a head of steam come out of the backfield, it could turn into a big play with missed tackles or he runs through people. But they were right there waiting, and they stopped him for a minimal gain.
Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
That incompletion certainly makes this upcoming 3rd down a little bit more crucial. They need to find the right play to convert here and maybe start to tamp down a little bit of the momentum the other side is starting to gain.
So the failure to connect on 2nd down, that leaves them staring up here at a 3rd and 8.
Panther 60. Check out.
Looking to throw McCarthy.
It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
Good clean play. No flags coming out of the pocket of the officials. Turns into an incompletion, and that should get them off the field with a 3 and out.
And on 4th down, on is the punt team sending this one away. So a change of possession here on the punt.
And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over.
The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession.
Their defense was able to force the punt. That's the good news. But this is still a two-score game, and they need points on this drive and in a relatively quick manner.
No gain on the play. 2nd and 10 at the 19-yard line.
Baker changing the play at the line. And now an audible here into something else. Back to throw now on 2nd and 10. He gets it left side to Johnson. And they'll get 8 out of this before being stopped at the 28. The Bucs on 3rd down. A pretty anemic, a very anemic 1 for 9 thus far. They need just a yard here. It's 3rd and 1. They'll look to throw here. And the throw there going to be incomplete. Now a stoppage, and oh boy, we've got Mayfield shaken up on the play. And not what you want to see this late in the season. Medical staff is going to check on him, and we'll step aside for a moment. And they're indeed going to go for it here on 4th down. So trailing here in the last quarter, let's see how this plays out. How about this? They'll change it at the line. Desperation time now. Here's Levis. And he's brought down. Can't do anything with the football. It's a sack and a turnover on downs. The Bucs try it on 4th down, but come up empty. And now the football's going to go over, already being placed at the 15-yard line. Line of scrimmage, the 15. It's 1st and 10.
Set. 18 Cardinal, 18 Cardinal.
Straight ahead, here's Mason. And stopped a few yards shy of the goal line at the 3. 171 yards rushing for him now, as he has been tremendous all day long.
Britton, every great running backs coach I've talked with has always talked about when you have great vision, you're not consciously thinking about your cuts and your moves. You're just doing them. And I think that's what we're seeing tonight. He's about run them into submission, hasn't he?
You took the words right out of my mouth. I was just going to use that phrase. He has run them into submission.
Wave the white flag.
Two minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports.
Here we go, here we go. 70 Lions.